Hello, welcome to another episode of the U.N.I Reviews Anime Podcast. And as you see at the bottom of the screen, we'll be reviewing Rainbow today. And this is the last episode of the season, so I hope you guys listen along and enjoy. So today I got with me Kat and
What up?
Go ahead, give your introductions, fellas.
Yo.
What's good with y'all? What's poppin', fellas?
Nothing much, man. Another day, another penny. How you guys' week has been?
Yeah, I was cooling last week, man. I was just vibing. I worked hella hours. Down there, 50-hour work week, overtime type shit.
Okay. Coming into the money, go ahead. I'm all for it. Anything special for you happened this past week, Nemo? I'll take it as a no. And I'm just getting acclimated to things after vacation. Going off vacation mode and getting back to working has been a struggle, but I'll get it done. So, anyone have a anime suggestion for our listeners this week?
Yeah. I don't know. This got to be a good one. This is the last show of the season. What's a fire introductory anime for all ages, right? Well, all levels of experience. Let's not say age.
It just depends on your taste, honestly. But I was all on the Detective Conan train when I first started watching anime. I think it's kind of like a nice intermediary between, American cartoons and anime. So I like the Detective Conan series. How do you think about that?
You know what? You might be right with that. It is a good, medium bridge type anime. The only thing about that is that formula gets old. I don't know. It got old to me watching that shit. After I watched 10 episodes, I was like, yo, it's 5, but I'm looking like, damn, kind of it's different shit, but it's different mysteries, but it's the same formula.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. It's pretty much like Scooby-Doo sort of thing. You can pick up on any random episode. Doesn't necessarily have to be in order, and you can still enjoy it. When I first caught it, I think it was on Adult Swim or Toonami, one of those, and it wouldn't be like I was watching it every week. It would be kind of whenever I could catch it, because it would be I think it would come on after Inuyasha or something, which already came late as fuck. So, but overall, it's a pretty simple story. You don't have to know a lot of anime tropes to understand it and enjoy it. And of course, it's been going on so long. They got the dubbed episodes, so anyone can pick it up, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's another thing, bro. I think it's pretty much safe to say, bro, that for introductory anime, watching subs, I would never tell somebody to watch a sub who never watched anime before, who just trying to get into anime, bro.
Honestly, for this series, I think the dub sounded better than the actual sub, because the detective character is, he's supposed to be young, so they're going to give him a young sounding voice, which is mad annoying. But I kind of like his dub voice a little bit better. So there you have it. Check out Detective Conan if you're looking for something to pick up. You know, you got plenty of episodes to watch. It's one of those long-running animes. And, you know, it's not really your regular, like, mainstream anime that you'll be watching it every day, but that definitely has a quality. So, with that being said, all hearts and minds are clear. Let's go ahead and get into the reason why we came.
Yes, sir. Nigga, gas on gas on gas on gas. Gas on gas on gas. I'm calling it. This is the cat approved show. The cat approved pick, man. Although I ain't here to claim it. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go and say right now. To me, this up there is top. This is definitely top 5 of the season. Fucking Rainbow.
I can see that, but you know, you've been known to not have the best taste in choice in picks. So
what you mean? Hey, my pick say, hey, I don't even got to say what classes I got in my bag, bro. So I got classes in my bag, bro. I still got a top 10 show for all the seasons, nigga. Multiple.
If you say, but everything here or there. So, without sounding too much like a neg, I did also enjoy the show. Pretty intense. I mean, it's not your regular like anime story writing sort of thing. You know, it's a little bit different. I can feel for this anime a little bit more because I mean when you start off, all the main characters are in jail. So I mean,
yeah,
keep doing that. But me being black, I can relate to that too.
Hella relate to that shit, bro. It's just like I don't know. That shit was just. It was a fresh breath, bro. At the end of the day, man, like it was so many different elements they was playing with, like that I could relate to. As a person who's been incarcerated before, shit is crazy. It really be like that. Everything. Well, I don't know about the when the guards was playing in these niggas' assholes with a glass rod. Oh, no way they be on that type of time, but I'm not trying to find out. But if they was really on that type of time, and that's how you knew this show was gonna be fire. They give you the warning before they even cut the show off. This shit gets real. It gets graphic. Don't get mad at us if this was based off real life. Like, you know what I'm saying? They hit you, this is based off real life. Get mad at the people who did this shit in real life, nigga. But, yeah, that shit was wild as fuck, bro. Nemo, did you fuck with it? This nigga just disappeared like fuck.
I think he may have stepped away. He is
not
okay. Muted. But
alright. But yeah, bro, like that shit was crazy. Like, but even like the getting like chat naked in jail, they do that shit, bro. You gotta strip. You gotta spread them cheeks. They gotta look in your asshole, bro. Like it be like that, bro. Like I'm the type, I'm a fart though. I'm gonna make sure you don't never want to strip search me. He's the nigga who fart and shit. But hell yeah, bro. Like that shit, like having your cellmate, having that bond with your cellmate. Yes, it be like that, bro. But them niggas was real. Them was the realest niggas of all time, bro.
And the interesting thing about this anime, it was a coming of age story, but it wasn't your regular old coming of age where it's like, okay, I'm 13 now, my powers are starting to unlock, and I need to learn how to use it, so I need to do training. It was more
this was more like, this is real life shit. Like when my boy, because it's like they had all these different dynamics and personalities that like I've seen before, bro. Like the one nigga, my boy, not Unchained, but
Uncovered.
My boy Uncovered. At first, he was not fucking with nobody in the cell. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was cool. This nigga was like, I don't know y'all niggas like that. Like, fuck that. I see Howard putting him up on game, like, nigga, he killing folks. He done killed his parents, da 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 da. He fell for the okie doke. But he redeemed himself. And then what made me mad is he went out even more sad about the bitch, bro. About the one hoe. She was literally a prostitute. That shit was funny as fuck. I was like, no. Everybody was like, no. Niggas literally, my boy Soldier literally had to fucking beat this nigga ass. And was just like, bro, I went and fucked this bitch today, bro. Like, she's a prostitute, bro. I literally fucked this. They literally showed this shit too. That's what made it fine. That he didn't cap. He did not cap. He walked in that bitch as you was walking out. This nigga was so drunk off the pussy that he didn't even see his homeboy walk past him. Damn, this nigga tripping, bro. But that was another thing where I was like, Soldier was, it was odd that Soldier didn't get no type of, he didn't get his own arc. So I don't know if it's more to the show. It could be more to the manga, whatever, where Soldier get his own arc and his military. I'm pretty sure it struggles he going through in the military that they didn't show, that I'm pretty sure the manga would cover, right?
I would think so, but hey, he's the only person that knew that what he really wanted to do from the beginning. Like real talk. That's the only one that had his mindset like, well, coming into jail, well, I want to go to the special forces, and going back, yep, I'm still going. So everybody else was kind of just like up in the air, like, well, we're incarcerated now. What are we gonna do after we get out of this sort of situation? But I think the worst part about Scam or Uncovered and the horror that he was messing with was she wasn't only playing him saying that I'm gonna leave with you. She was playing him taking money, paying for somebody else to go to school, and then, hey, meet me here, not show up. And not only did she not run away, she killed herself.
She killed herself with another nigga. It was like when he was fucked up, bro. I was just like, you know what, bro? I would be fucked up too, bro. If like the bitch I was in love with literally said, you know what? Fuck your love. I'm gonna die with another nigga. I want to take his death. I choose death over love. Suicide.
Go on about your business, young man. I don't want none of this.
Like that was the wild part to me. My thing is, she was lying about the whole sister thing, and she didn't have no family for real. Why didn't she just leave? She could have left, went to another city, started a life somewhere else. Unless, like, what the way they was making it seem is that like it wasn't no jobs for women during that time period. For real.
I mean, if they didn't have money to do anything and they had to make money real quick to pay off these debts, you know, the quickest thing they could do. is sell their body because that's the only thing that you can set the price on.
Set the price on. That's what I'm saying. Cause like what?
Even when Cabbage couldn't find a job, they tried to get him to sell stuff. And what's the most valuable thing on earth?
Listen, damn, that shit wild. That shit was wild as fuck, bro. Even when my girl Lily, bro, and which I thought they was gonna do a little relationship thing with Lily.
With who?
Lily.
So you thought she was gonna find somebody after the army dude just dropped her off? It's like, hey.
I thought the short nigga. That's why I was like, they do the short nigga wrong, bro. He was the low key ultimate nigga on this show, and niggas don't even repeat gay, bro.
I mean, he was all about a bag. I'll tell you that.
He was about the bag. He was the low key most loyal nigga. He was the low key most clutches nigga. He was he did a lot of shit, bro.
He did involve himself in a lot of these other stories.
Like he one of the reasons these niggas made it when they was on the run, because he was stealing food and shit. Like he was like, bro, he was clutching in a bitch, bro. Like that shit was crazy, and like that's why I was just like, he needs to get maybe he get the older bitch. That's fair, bro. He gets the older Lily bitch, bro.
I wouldn't have wanted that for my man. Don't get him an old chick.
The old chick,
not the old ran through. Hell no.
Not the old ran through. See, that's the thing. We don't know how old she was, bro. She could have been late 20s. She could have been 30. She could have been 40.
At least knew that she was a little bit, like at least 10 years older than them. At least how she was making the scene.
Yeah, how she was making it seem. They didn't seem like it was some time, but she was the second most fiest chick in the show. Because the first one, we know who the first one is. The clutch ass nurse. The super clutch ass nurse. The clutch ass nurse, bro. She was the definition of a ride or die, down for the team.
Most definitely.
She was definitely a ride or die. She held it down. Even though it was just like, in the beginning, it was just like, damn, bitch, you should go to the police and snitch on these niggas if you know what they doing. You the nurse. Like, you can be like, I see this shit. You know what I'm saying? You can be a character witness. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can end these niggas shit. Like, so, like, but
the guard definitely had some Inspector Lunge energy.
What? What? To 1,000.
He took it too far.
1,000. He was Lunge to 1,000. At least Lunge got right in the end, bro. Like, this nigga didn't even get right at the end.
Everything was done. All was lost. His nigga wasn't around no more. He couldn't fuck with him. He was seeing him and everybody.
He was strung the fuck out, bro. Like, why this man turned into a whole junkie by the end of the show? Like,
I kind of wanted to see Mario beat his ass.
Yes, I wanted to, but see, he already had taken hella ass whoopings throughout the series. That's why it became weird. He kept on trying, bro. Like, this man, once the man gave you the note, that's when I got mad, bro. That's when I officially was just like, all right, come on now, bro. The nigga gave y'all the note. Leave the nigga alone, bro. Leave the nigga alone, bro.
That's all he wanted.
See, bro hit that nigga with the karma move, but see, it was really more fucked up what that nigga bro did to that nigga, because he was just going like, nah, I'm gonna let this shit sit on your conscience, nigga. I ain't gonna give you the justification of me beating your ass.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy. That's like I was saying earlier. That's the main part that I did not fuck with, bro. Is how they killed that nigga off. It was just like, okay, we knew he was gonna die at some point, bro. They teased it for like 6-7 episodes. Like they was trying to.
They found some way to stop him from dying, but they couldn't help him that time. Everybody was busy. Mario had a fight. None of the homies was there.
None of the homies was there. And the worst thing about it is he walked into it, bro. He did not have to do that shit, bro. He did not. He was safe. He was safe with the military, with the general. Like, you feel me? He was safe with the general, bro. Like, he did not have to go out there and fuck with that man. Like, that man clearly on some other type of time. So, like, that's what made the whole situation. It was just a weird, oddly convenient situation type thing, bro. It was a couple of those, bro, where I was just like, all right.
What were some other those? What were some other moments where you just felt like it just didn't work out correctly?
You said what?
What were some other moments that just stuck out to you that just hurt the story a little bit?
Like I said, the soldier not getting his own character arc. That's one of them. I thought, like, that's what I'm saying. I gotta do some research to see if there's a manga or was that the end of the story. Because I thought they was gonna do a thing with the Sayako chick, or however you say her name, the clutch nurse. I thought that the husband was gonna be on some weirdo shit, and that Mario was gonna eventually come and save her. He fucked on some fire shit. He fucked on so cold.
He got what he wanted. That's
He
all
hit. It was but he was satisfied.
The night before her wedding, actually.
The night before the wedding, he fucked. Yo. Also, I just got out of jail.
The best part too.
Also, I just got out of jail shit. That's why I say this was a real nigga story, bro. This is and that's the main gripe out of all gripes. It's subbed. If this shit was a dub, I would put this shit on some like goated status type shit for real, bro. But the sub makes it to where I can never watch this shit again.
But sometimes translating will just change the story altogether, especially for some others.
But does it? Like, and that's my question for sub watchers, because I don't watch subs. So it's like, does it really change the story up? Are we watching two different stories versus the dub versus the sub?
Not necessarily. It's just the wording. So I don't like Frieza wasn't as savage as he is in the English dubs in the sub version. He used different words to where it seemed like he was smarter than everyone and talked down on everyone. In the dub, he was kind of like, fuck all y'all. I don't give a fuck about being smart. Just fuck all y'all. That's type shit. So. It just changes the character.
They made him more. They did some gay code and shit where they made him more sweet. Because apparently that's a thing. That's a thing I was reading about, where they say like Disney made a lot of their villains have like gay characteristics, and it was a way for them to include gay characters in the movies without them being gay characters. So like Scar they said like Scar, Gaston, the chick from Little Mermaid was all supposed to be like she was supposed to be a drag queen. Gaston was supposed to be a in the closet, in denial gay nigga, and Scar was supposed to be kind of like just like a sweet nigga, like you know what I'm saying, like.
But with that in mind now, and that they were all the main villains at some point, could that be Disney saying that gay is bad? But who knows? It's another discussion for another day. So, Leo, you joined us. You have anything you want to talk about for as far as the anime?
Man, who recommended this again? Before I start,
Hollow.
Is he here with us?
He is not.
Oh my God, I had to give him. I had to give him his flowers live, but I'm doing it anyway. I got to give Hollow his flowers live for this anime because, damn, I did not think we were getting something this hard hitting out of this season, and it's probably because I missed out on Monster as far as reviewing this season, but Rainbow, whew, I'm talking about something that feels the same kind of like, you know, emotional depth as like Hunter x Hunter, has that same kind of like, you know, broed out aesthetic to the story, like Samurai Champloo, got the real ass shit going on in life lessons like Cowboy Bebop. It's just so much fantastic stuff going on with this show that I could recommend to people of so many different levels. But at the same time, in all fairness, I gotta hit them with the trigger warning because I know not everybody is gonna be able to get through that content. But like I was telling some of y'all before, I got some friends that have personally been through some of those things, and it's like, you know what? I feel like I could recommend this to you empoweringly because, like, in spite of everything that happened, in spite of them getting touched on, in spite of them being disappointed in stuff, in spite of everything happening like real life and not like a game example. Yes, Mr. Joe, y'all were being beat up by the Yakuza for a few hours. So no, the movie, the concert hall is not going to still be full. It's going to be fucking empty when you go back, because this is not shonen. This is not Naruto. This is real life. Yes, you have
real life.
Finite time. Yeah, you have a finite time, and you have missed that. There's no amount of Disney magic or power of friendship.
Hold on, bro.
Run fast enough to get Mario.
Hold on, bro. Yeah, they did have they plot convenient moments, bro. Like with the sister, him walking up on the sister at the end. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the sister waits because she thinks her brother is supposed to be there, and maybe he'll come in late, and maybe she'll do that. But I don't know, bro.
But no, you find out later that Turtle was the one that the smallest one told her to stay around. We gonna get in this bitch, and he coming.
But like, that's what I'm saying. Even for Turtle, for her to still be around when Turtle pull up.
Hey, Turtle was that nigga. You know, he just
Clutch.
in the right place all the time.
Clutch.
Like, you need some money? Here you go. I got you. Pay me back 1% every day, nigga.
That was some game.
You giving money to that bitch again? All right. You know what? You ain't gotta worry about paying me back, nigga.
Right.
He was just like, bro, you out here breaking bread on this bitch when you trash. Like
you out here breaking bro code of women. Go ahead.
Yeah, bro.
Got back to the bar. He was like, man, how much money he asked for you? He was like, how you know that? Man.
You know what? Never mind.
Never mind, bro. This nigga gone, bro.
As soon
Nigga,
as he peeped it and when it beat his
Nigga
ass.
was
the
going.
nigga literally got his first piece of pussy, bro, and it was
Especially
over.
over a bitch. You know what? That shit was hilarious to me. How they paralleled in that episode. How Mario was just finna hop, skip, and trip into the pussy, but this nigga uncovered couldn't even get all the way up the stairs.
Yes, he bust walking up the stairs. This man here, what a fool.
But yeah, Rainbow is it's definitely I wouldn't call it a 1 in a million, but it's definitely a 1 in 100. I'll say a 1 in 1,000 type of titles where I can get a lot of different story elements and stuff that I wouldn't think would fit in a story together are fitting in very well. Like, because like they're fitting in drama elements with, like, you know, not too exaggerated elements of actual history, which is kind of how some of this can hit home a little bit. It's like, oh damn, well maybe that's how Japanese moms was getting down over there, you know, when the dads didn't come back from the war. But shit, that's probably how it is in a lot of places. It's a it's the shit just hit home hard.
And the title works so well because it's a little bit of everything.
Range of emotions. Yeah, you're right. So shit, Rainbow.
Yes, you got a little bit of everything. You got your different flavors, different colors.
Mm-hmm.
You got your
but no,
degenerates that become upstanding citizens.
Mr. Ishihara, talk about a fucking villain. Talk about a fucking villain for real. Like someone whose villain motivation didn't disappear. Someone whose villain motivation continuously ate up at him. He said, "Hey, bruh, you don't think it's funny? You was the piece of trash. Yeah, you the one living a good life. And the most funny thing about that, why does that piss me off? Why does that frighten me?"
Yeah, it's like, bro, like really, yeah. He had. That's the crazy part. He had to really think to himself, like, what the fuck is wrong with me, bro?
And then when they come back 6 episodes later, and they end the episode with, you know what? If I kill you, that'll be disrespecting my big bro memory, man. So you ain't even worth it. You just drug addict, man.
How did you feel about how they killed him, big bro off, bro?
Ooh, I respect it.
I
respect it. I respect it because
as long as Ishihara didn't kill him, I'm cool.
Yeah, like y'all left. Yeah, I definitely respected that. But y'all left y'all villains alive. Like I said, this ain't no shonen, and they had to handle shit like men. Because one good thing that I absolutely loved was that no matter what they tried to do to solve their problems, their main issue was still rooted in y'all solved y'all problem in a crooked way. And so it don't. Right, y'all, like every time that happened, shit, like Mario was saying when he found out homegirl was engaged, shit, I'm a fugitive. I really can't do anything. I really don't have no options at all right now. Yeah. And it's crazy. They all had reflective experiences of their childhood. Uncovered ends up chasing after a woman that's selling her body because he was so upset about his mom doing that when he was a kid. Mario ends up defending the honor of all his friends, becoming a boxer, and that's what got him in jail in the first place. He's even rewarded in a non-shonen way, but in a very you worked hard for this way, by Rock Leeing his way through most of his fights. He was punching with that broken arm, and when somebody said, "Hey bro, swing with that arm right quick," and I was like, "Nah bro, you can't box." But if you get that arm fixed, and that's not shonen, that's not Disney magic, that's like just some reasonable shit that may happen. If somebody sees your talent, they might be willing to put more into you than they would somebody else. He's seeing him whoop ass with 1.5 hands. What can he do with 2 full hands? He finna find out. He did find out. Put somebody on their motherfucking
and you know
ass.
what? He never got that hand fixed because when he made that right punch to dude's stomach, it crunched.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would have liked to see Mario fight more, but I can see why he did.
They fought. It was a lot of fights. What they did with this show was they went more quantity over quality with the fights, which I'm okay with, because it was just like, okay, it's enough action every episode. It's enough drama, intense moments to keep me hyped and like anticipating the next moment type shit.
Nothing felt out of place or excessive or unnecessary. If some action popped off, it was just a boiling point.
Besides my nigga Cabbage not being a part of the Yakuza, I feel like he would have been a good addition.
Yeah, I thought Cabbage was actually gonna be like this goofy Yakuza nigga who like they just sent in for like special fuck him up moments. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really
exactly.
not.
But he big and stupid. So he gotta be big and stupid. And but see, the thing is, with being big and stupid, that also makes him earnest. Because at the end of the day, like that one dude was able to actually acknowledge, yes, you're an idiot. Yes, you should not be anywhere near a Yakuza. But at the end of the day, Yakuza is still family, and what you did saved my family. So this is this is the price you paid for that ignorance. Stay the hell away from us. Be a good wrestler.
But don't let me see you around here no more.
Don't let me see your motherfucking face. Come out. Call the ambulance to the hideout. What the fuck is wrong with you? But thank you for saving my homeboy life. Like, that's some real nigga shit.
He violated, but at the same time, it's like, all right, we know you a dumbass, so we'll give you that pass. But nah, fucking this nigga Cabbage. Hey, they put him on though. Like, he a wrestler now, bro. Like, he put him on.
And that's just, he was just good at it immediately. Like, that was just his flourishing career. And that shit happened right around the time that all the people that helped him out was starting to need a bit more help. So it was just like, yeah, like it honestly felt like this anime ended at the death of Big Bro, but we got a 16 episode epilogue.
Yeah,
and it was done so fucking well. Like, most of the time, you're like, well, after the main thing is over with, you know, like, we're pretty much done. Mario became a man. Big Bro gets to both see his or understand that his little bros are becoming men, and he gets to join his big bro in heaven. Because at the end of the day, remember when he said he wrote that fake suicide note, and he was like, hey, look, man, I'm sorry I had to put that on you, but I had to free them. But man, you wrote a suicide note on the dead, so you know the Reaper coming for you, but you did it for some real shit. And you know, it was just so many themes, like lying on the dead, but for a good purpose, for a great purpose. Just a lot of moral ambiguity about this, like characters' decisions. I was about to say, even Joe came from being, you know, abused as a kid, and then his, you know, understanding that was going on with his daughter, not his daughter, his sister. But when he grew up, one of the first things they showed was that he was sleeping with his manager, and he didn't too much care for that. Well, I guess because she was slim, fine, and asking for his consent. But
and his sister was on the same shit anyway.
The same shit
orphan out here.
Yeah, his sister was on the same shit.
I was like, damn.
I was like, wow.
And see, that idea is how he takes back power from everything. When he walked in that office and hit that wink, I was like, oh man, he's gonna fuck this doctor up. It's gonna be so Turtle is suspect, but he finna fuck him up, and it's finna be fine.
Yeah, I was like
how that went though. I would have much rather them like on spin on some blackmail shit. They got someone in public office that can pull some strings.
So you wanted him to fuck him for real?
No, I wanted them to hold the shit that he did in the past over his head, so they can be like, okay, we got somebody in the mayor's office.
Mayor's office
needs some shit to be taken care of, type shit. They had ties with every fucking body. Like the Yakuza, fucking wow.
Shit.
The military, the fucking.
Right. Like, it was also interesting to see the after effects of the radiation that Turtle got from the atomic bomb that killed his family.
Yeah, he
was all passing out. That was interesting.
Yeah, like they faked me out because I knew he was gonna get sick for real.
I thought it was gonna be the cigarettes though.
That's why he kept flashing back to the atomic bomb.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Oh, is that why?"
Yeah, honestly, I felt I really thought the anime was going somewhere dark as fuck. Like I thought Turtle was gonna bite it by the end. I'm glad.
Yes, I was waiting for one of them to die. I just knew another one would. Like I was just like, bro, ain't gonna be enough for this shit to be really crazy. Another one of them got to die, and I thought they was gonna do Cabbage like that. I was like, yeah, Cabbage is an obvious kill off. Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah,
everything was set up. The fact that none of them died, I don't feel like it was necessarily cheating or plot armor, because them folks had to struggle their way through avoiding dying. Just shit, they had to avoid almost going back to jail.
Hell of
a lot of times.
That's what I was saying. Like
stuck together, kept them out.
If Ishihara. I thought it was over when Ishihara found out where they was living at, and I was just like, "Damn, you stupid bitch!" That was some dumb shit too. That they didn't even figure out she was helping them out. It took them a year for them to figure out she was helping them and shit. I was just like, it would seem obvious that she's clearly fucked with them. She stood up for them in front of you, type shit. It took you that much to put two and two together, nigga?
It just shows you that there's multiple ways to use the same regular old anime tropes that we're used to, like power of friendship, or different devices they use in other animes coming and just giving you something just a little bit different. And I think this was just different enough to, give me everything that I needed.
Oh,
to the point where I was holding back tears and shit. Like,
damn,
this shit is serious.
Yeah, for real. Another one. Fucking having uncovered Dad being cool with the DA. Went to war with the DA.
Mm-hmm.
That was some convenient plot shit. That was kind of an ass pull.
I'm not gonna cap. It felt like an ass pull, but what they pulled out of their ass was logical for the setting. It may have been something that it would have made more sense if they mentioned before that Uncovered Dad had ran off to the war. But for them to hide that kind of towards the end, I'm not mad at it at all, because uncovered trauma was always, like just that moment. Like even in actual like literature, that's a term called primal scene. Like witnessing at that young age, like witnessing that, his mom being clapped like that. That is, I know it's funny sounding, but like that is like psychologically damaging. That literally made it so that he did not trust the word of other people, because
and then the worst thing, Mama went to a shed, just like
Mama went to a shed. And then the
out here.
part was when
in front of him.
Bruh just gave him some damn gum, and when he looked out, right, his mom, she's not even walking in there, she's stumbling in there. I'm sitting here like, bro, what's this big ass bottle of what the hell you got in your hand? This man had a huge bottle. He had the huge bottle of sake his mom was pimping off. And you know what? His story was so casual in his trauma that it took me a while to notice. Oh shit, nigga, that's your mom right there doing the little stitching every morning. Y'all in that little shantytown shack. Like y'all still don't have a whole lot going on, but y'all got enough to where I guess somebody ain't walking in the house and fucking y'all mom in the face and leaving 10,000 yen. Yeah, I didn't particularly think it was an ass pull, because Uncovered was constantly exhibiting what we call nowadays fatherless behavior. So for this to have come out in a way that he's using it to his advantage, like, look, man, this whole time my mom had to do dirty ass shit. And the reason is because my dad went off to fight and y'all died and shed the same blood. This bullshit cause you talking about, I don't do anything but undermine. My dad went and died for that. Just listen to what I have to say, please.
But yeah, that's one thing I can say. The little ass pull moment they did have, I can give them a pass on it, because they paid off in memorable ways. They all paid off in gratifying ways. It wasn't like, okay, we just giving this ass pull just to get through this moment. It was just like, nah. It always led up to something that I was just like, okay, this is cool. This was a cool way. Because I thought they was going to have to legit break him out of jail. I thought they was all going to go back to jail, and then they was going to do another jail escape in like a week type shit.
This shit did have me sitting here like, damn, it's the that's what I wanted to remember to mention this, that sometimes for me personally, it's better for me to not know how many episodes are in the anime, but this time it didn't really affect it, because if I'm watching a 26 episode anime and it seemed like, just like in Rainbow, we got out of jail before episode 10, I'm like, now wait a minute, where's the super tragic heartbreaking tragedy that's gonna happen in episode 12 to put us all back in jail and start all over? And that's not really how it happened. The story didn't really need to backtrack on its main plot,
and it wasn't predictable. That was the best part about it.
Yeah, it wasn't predictable at all. Like half of them got out, half of them was still inside, and they were completely prepared to be like, we got to spend another year in here, which could have easily been the rest of the episodes, but they went back and got the rest of them out. Joe putting his slick ass moves on Dr. Nasty.
Dr. Nasty.
Dr. Nasty, bro.
Dr. Nasty. And he had a PhD in nasty nigga, but Rainbow
in jail niggas.
Rainbow is just so many different flavors of gas, and it just hits so many different ways. Dude.
Hey, you know who I knew was some bullshit from the jump? The General, bro. I knew this nigga was some bullshit from the when he let that nigga go out there, right. And he was just like, "You not gonna tell him?" He was like, "Man, ain't my problem."
I'm gonna sit here and watch this Japanese boy get his ass whooped. That's exactly what he was thinking. Nah, bro, I knew he was bullshit. From the moment. And see, anytime they do this in anime, especially when it's subbed, I call it good English. typically in openings, especially in an opening like this, when that shit dropping, like there's a place inside this world, I call that good English because you can hear the Japanese nigga trying to pronounce shit in English. But not Japanese nigga, I apologize to anyone I offend, but more so when she was like, hey baby, it's okay, and he was like, yeah, it's fine. I started laughing my ass off. I was like, oh no, this man is bullshit. I don't like the way he said that in English. he lying to everybody. I don't know how, but somehow he lying to everybody.
He lying to everybody.
It's, especially the way homegirl, the way she, Lily, that was her name, the way she finessed old dude. Bro was like, bitch, what the hell you thought? You were Japanese when you thought she was going to be with an American soldier? And she was like, yeah, okay, now that might be true, and I might be a fool for that. But listen to this. I'm a Japanese woman, and I was fooled by an American man. You are a Japanese man living in Japan. You can't do nothing for me? You sure you can't do nothing for me? Yes, that's what I thought. Before I go tell the whole fucking country you ain't got no Japanese bitches.
Exactly. She was showing them out to be like, oh, sell out. You the sellout, nigga.
But worst part about the general, he took all the motherfucking money.
He had to take
and left her a note.
Goodbye, bitch.
Goodbye. You thought. With that goddamn, you thought, bitch. You thought.
And then when she pulled back up to the soldiers and shit, she knew the niggas wasn't going. She knew the niggas wasn't going. He was like, bitch, if you gonna have to totally give up some ass. Straight up.
He sold you the American dream.
Disappeared like a thief in the night. He said, his shit been up a week ago. He left a week ago. Bitch, you supposed to be out of here.
Exactly. You thought this was
she must didn't know.
And then the fucked up thing about it, all them niggas was there just looking like, damn, this old ass bitch just got kicked out. We thought she was fired.
You thought she was gas. You thought you was fire away, you bitch. You thought you had big things popping, didn't you?
Carry her drunk ass back to Cabot place.
I'm talking about. Hey, you know what? I respect that they was just cool about that shit too. It's like, yeah, let's just go ahead and take her back to the spot. I'm finna go on wrestling tour for a while, so it'll be cool if she didn't hang out here. Make sure ain't nobody just walking in and fuck her in the face and leaving.
She was the reason that they had money when they was on the run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had to look out for her.
Yeah, they had to, because Turtle was selling the cigarettes from the general, making money off that shit, giving to everybody, and she was the whole reason that Mario even got into boxing to make that money.
Facts.
So,
I
had to return the favor.
I do like her character. I just wish, I don't know, bro. I just wish my short dude would have pulled that for real. They hit her with the little bro shit. But that's what made it so bad, is that he got hit with the little bro shit. And he was just like, really, he been on point this whole time. This whole time, he's more on point than damn near anybody.
Hey, no, Turtle was really, like, if I had to pick an MVP out of all of them, I'm really going with Turtle. Because that nigga Turtle was just ready to pop shit off. You know what? I knew he was the MVP from the moment this man bit his own arm and started screaming "Snake." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's
I'm gonna let you
nigga right there." When Turtle ran off and he was talking about, "Hey man, more than parents, more than women, more than money, having good fucking friends is valuable." And that shit literally happened in every step of the way, where they couldn't rely on their parents. Their homeboys was looking out for him, because where Uncovered Mom didn't know what was going on with him, Turtle knew where he was probably at. Where the money and the resources that the doctor and Lily couldn't continuously provide, they had started to make their own way to do that and then give it back to them where it was owed due. And be like, hey, yeah, you know, here's the money for the rent. we only was only able to do this because you shacked us up. And even the narrator, I liked the narration too. It had that that very Hunter style of narration, but I liked that the narration was even like Mario did this just out of his character or whatever, or when they tell you that when Uncovered cries to that bitch, he not like crying on some simp shit. He like cries because like, damn, this bitch committed suicide, like, and she was lying her whole life. She was nothing but miserable from the moment I met her, from the moment she died. Yeah. And that's what turned him into a man, because he realized that all that real shit he thought he was talking, he wasn't no different than that nigga that was pimping her off. Not for anything he could help, because she sold the same story to the pimp too. He just figured it out sooner. That she was a savage and he was another nigga on the hit list. But she was at least real enough to be like, hey, be a responsible man, because when you look back on how she set him up, it makes sense. She
even told him, don't come back.
Don't come back. And she said, okay, but this is the last time. She told him that this is the last time. So she broke that man's heart on purpose.
As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, they always gave hints at what was going to happen. Yeah. Even before the general left for good, he told Turtle, take care of her.
Yeah. Because that kind of gave me the feeling that like he was finna be out of the picture. And then he kind of said that behind her back, didn't he?
I didn't notice that, but that could have been taken multiple ways. I think most people would have took it as, okay, yeah, take care of her until she's able to come to America. But what it really was just take care of her. I don't want this. I got a wife at home.
I'm not gonna be here. Hit that Magic Johnson. I'm not gonna be here.
I got a wife at home.
Fuck it, but nah, that was the one, because I was thinking he was saying that shit on some take care, you will be her new bodyguard when you come to America type shit. Like, and him and her was talking about her being her bodyguard. He was just like, yeah, I'll show you how strong I am. They had this little semi-flirty shit going on, bruh. So that's why I was just like, man, let my turtle get some pussy. Let Turtle get some pussy, bro. Like,
if he really wanted it, Turtle could have paid for it. He had it.
He had it.
He had it.
Yeah, he was still on some frugal shit, because he wasn't even on some, let me get like a real nice spot or anything. He was still living in that little box apartment. It wasn't even no studio apartment. That was a box apartment. Room. A 2-mat room. Like that shit was
I can't even invite bitches on here. That's why everybody
a 2x4 apartment. A 2-foot-by-4 apartment. That shit was
a bed and a desk, and that's it.
Bruh.
Where was the bathroom at, bro? Where was he going to the bathroom?
He probably was sharing that shit with the whole hall.
Hell no.
Bathroom or kitchen, bro. That's why the niggas always eating out and shit. Talking about I'm hungry. This nigga ain't even have a kitchen.
You know what? That makes perfect sense now. This nigga was always trying to eat at a restaurant.
Mm-hmm. He never wanted to go home to eat. He was always trying to go somewhere else, but he didn't have shit.
Yeah, because I think someone did. Like, hey, why don't we go to your place? And he was like, nah.
I invite you to the mansion when I got time.
Yeah.
One ass-pull moment for real though was with that old man being a fucking billionaire lender type shit.
Oh yeah, he just happened to bro. But you know what? But you know what? That episode when he ran into him, they said that was some fake shit. So they basically were saying like, all right, this was definitely an ass pull, but then again, one thing that I know from living on on some undercover lifestyle, be in the street type shit, you run into more opportunities than the average person because you run into more people. Like you interact with more people, so therefore you run into more
potential opportunities. I can see that.
So you know what I'm saying? It's impossible. That one was more like, okay, nigga see you out hustling. The nigga see you out hustling in the neighborhood every day.
But how many times have you seen a nigga trying to buy a 50-cent square can be able to put you on? That's the thing.
Exactly. But
that's the ass pull moment.
But it's one of them things where I guess it's like a you never know. What's the saying? You never know who watching. I think it was one of those moments where Buddy had been watching him for a minute, walked up on him and was just like, "Yo, what's up with the cigarette? Da 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 da. I don't got shit on me. You gonna fuck with me or you gonna be stingy?" I'm really the plug, and you don't know. That's what that was. I'm really the plug.
Yeah, like I could tell that old man was like on some G shit when he took him to the mansion and was like I forgot what he said, but the old man opened his eyes and looked at him and said, "Hey, real shit, young man. I should be charging you just for this information.
I should be charging.
So pay attention."
Yes, it's like it's 3,000 a month, 3,000 yen a month. But I should be charging you extra for that cigarette. I fuck with you.
Right.
That was on some shit. But it was hella complete because it was right when he was like, "Well, I'll invite y'all to the mansion," and you finally found out. I think I was questioning that like earlier when he was going to fucking Uncovered's house, and Uncovered was like, "Hey, where you live at?" Like, you know what? Come to my place. I was like, "Where the fuck does it? We never saw that."
I was getting the feeling that bro might be homeless. I thought that's what they were going for, but him just kind of living in a he didn't like all his parents. He lost all his whole family, so it would have made sense if he was homeless. But the fact that bro was even holding down his own spot, just hustling cigarettes, was like, oh yeah, Turtle is really like the MVP. Like when it comes to like resilience and getting this shit, Turtle is the MVP because he would have done whatever whatever it took. Turtle was gonna get it done.
Everything included biting his own horn.
Yes. I'm talking about, and like zero hesitation. He did that shit because bruh had a chance to see his sister again.
And always willing to show up with the bankroll when necessary.
Man, bruh had bread. And then think about that. Bruh was living like that in front of his bro and just, you know, just giving his bro money. Wasn't even worried about getting it back.
But then when he finally met the old man, he kind of taught him a valuable lesson. It was kind of like, hey, you just met me and you gonna treat, hey, coffee is 50 yen. You just got money to be giving out 50 yen like that? Like, oh, I guess I don't. So, I think after that, he sort of tightened up with his money.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna get my shit together first before I start giving all the shit out.
Yeah. And I feel like what he did in that moment, in that scene, was also showing him, well, thematically, the value of a good deed, or just like the value of an arbitrary act. Like the price of 3,000 a month's worth of knowledge was just a cigarette and conversation. The same way the price of 50 yen coffee could easily turn into 5,000. Or how the price of just introducing your homeboy to women when he don't really have no knowledge was very costly to you and him at the same time.
Mm, that's crazy.
Now, they think about that last part, but women do be
Yeah, for
invisible.
real, for real, for real, for real. They did do that. That was definitely there. But I know one part that I wish they did more with is I wanted Uncovered to become the plug. I thought he was gonna be the plug because he was the only nigga with weed in the show. Weed was never brought back up until he until he until he had this shit. He had a whole stack.
They
Sure
all
was
had
on
weed.
the gas.
The difference between
Hey,
the weed,
bruh.
it was all white versus the cigarettes being high cigarette looks.
Yeah,
Weeds were just the white papers.
yeah. Anytime that shit just like a crude butt, that shit was the gas. And I ain't gonna cap. Anytime them boys lit up the gas, I had to light one on up with them. They was smoking in triumphant moments. Especially that one time when they was like, you know what? I ain't gonna smoke this. I'm gonna leave this for bro. And he was like, you know what? I'm gonna save mine too. We gonna smoke Uncovered. So he like, hey man, y'all tripping, bro? Light that shit up though. I ain't got one butt left, and see, I understand that shit. They ain't smoking full blunts of backwoods, and y'all smoking half a joints. Y'all passes between 60 y'all.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They gotta put this shit in dub. We gotta get a petition to put this shit in dub.
Honestly, fuck dub. I would like a real life adaptation to this because you don't even need all the CGI special effects.
Yeah.
You could just
Like you know what? This is another example of where I'd say live action adaptations have failed, and not adaptations, but live action films have failed where animes have succeeded to do things. Remember that movie When They See Us? Does this anime not give y'all that same vibe, like that vibe of When They See Us? It's executed in similar ways, of course. And I was going to say it's different in the racial motivation, but even not so much, because there's even some racial and prejudice involved motivating character actions too. But where that movie, How They See Us, or the way they see us, fails in its just exploitation of expressing trauma to people, Rainbow actually takes and creates an empowering story, a power ballad, if you will, of a narrative that allows you to, even if you don't personally relate to those experiences, allows you to feel what they're feeling, and when they win, feel that same victory as someone who has come out on the side of years of that kind of trauma. And I'm like, you know what, that's effective, because I couldn't get through How They See Us, or the way they see us, that Netflix series about the 6 black boys that got locked up. I couldn't get through that, because the way that story and the way the shock and trauma is executed does not lend to any empowering moment, or does not serve a purpose to relay the more powerful message that, hey, this is the thing that needs to be acknowledged or changed or assessed in retrospect. Rainbow was able to accomplish that in spades in a shorter amount of time, might I add, and most likely with only a fifth of the budget that Netflix had. So I gotta applaud anime in general again. Make sure y'all hear that applause, because once again, the medium has proven its superiority in certain elements of storytelling to live action. So hats off to Rainbow, hats off to the creator, because you have done for me what Netflix films that were supposed to have related to me personally as a black man failed to do, grossly failed to do.
That shit is so crazy. The Japanese can write better motherfucking black content.
And the best part about it, in history, we always go over, Pearl Harbor, us dropping the bombs on Japan, but we never hear about the after effects. And this is, just showing some people that got it out the mud after the fact. The after tragedy is trouble.
I'm talking about got it out the mud.
Resilience.
The niggas who had it the slick the worst.
Yeah.
So that was a riveting conversation on Rainbow. It was definitely good. A lot of good pieces, parts. So before we end it off, do you gentlemen have scores for this anime?
Hell yeah. Damn, bro. Damn, man. We tried to hold the line for this nigga. Damn, I guess he's not gonna be able to show up.
Yeah. Been streaming for an hour and 10 minutes, so he had opportunity. So I guess I'll just kick off the scoring. So this was a lot to take in all at once. It was I'll give it a 8.5. It was an amazing anime, but I would like to see more. I would like to see more where they take it, and if possible, see what the offspring of these men come to do. They face these hardships. I want to be able to see them being successful for themselves and their kids. Reaping the benefits of that and what they decide to do after your dad did all of this in order to make it. So, who's next?
I go next. To me, this show didn't have it had little flaws to any. And like I said, the actual moments that they did have paid off in gratifying ways, so I give it to them. I was going back and forth between kind of like 9 and high 8 because the sub really was difficult for me to get through. So the material was good as fuck. So it was just like, damn, bro. Even though I was hooked from episode 1, so that's why I'm like, subs definitely. I don't know. I just can't. It's just a less enjoyable experience to me if I have to read. So, but I'll go 9. Even 9.
Okay.
This one was man, the intro was great. Not only was the intro great and the visuals were fantastic, like they kept with the theme of Rainbow throughout the intro with the visuals. The lyrics in the opening were like very relevant to what was going on in the overarching theme. The outro was fire. It was also a bop. And just the same as the intro, it didn't feel out of place. It didn't just feel like a song they slapped on it. It felt in place with the story that was going on. I like the soundtrack that was taken through. I like a lot of the scene direction. One most notable was the villainous scene with Ichihara and Sakuragi having their last little stand with each other. I thought that was a very powerful scene, very fantastic direction, and it dragged on so long, but I was so captivated in it just because of like the direction of the scenes and and how every bit of progress or step back in that conversation between those two was reflective of where they were going. You know, every time he had a step back, it was because he was so stuck and trapped in his own guilt. And every step forward was Sakuragi saying, hey, look, I've done what I had to do. I've made my mistakes, and I'm making one last more mistake by, you know, pawning off this fake suicide note, you know, as your ultimate guilt, just so you can leave my folks alone. And even then, that backfired against Sakuragi. So that's another way where I can understand why that scene drags on. It is a very nice way to show how sloppily we try to close or solve our problems sometimes, and how, you know, it's like how they say sometimes when you watching two people fight, the person that get their face sliced off is the one watching, not the person, you know, not the one involved in the fight. So yeah, Sakuragi, he was just too far involved, and because of that man's obsession with him, you know, he wasn't gonna let him go. So I like nothing in this anime felt wasted. Characters were
one time
great.
for the stream though. Sakuragi.
I'm talking about. I felt that, and when Mario walked away from him and said, "Man, you're not even worth killing. I'd be disrespecting my bro," and then they let the wave flash and they boom, and that's the little ending screenshot. I'm like, real G's to real shit. But, because man, like that was worse than killing him, because he ain't nothing but a drug addict. Didn't even know that wasn't Sakuragi in front of him. Just obsessed with the memory, the ghost of this man. But
and last time he fought him, he was like, "Hey, he can't die no matter what.
He can't die.
I tried to drown this man in jail.
Like that's like that level of obsession that you get with that one character from Avatar that killed the water spirit, and then in Legend of Korra, when she went into the spirit world, he was still wandering in the spirit, gloating about where's the Avatar? I killed the water spirit. Like, whew, come on now. Hey, I ain't gonna keep dragging on. I'm just gonna have to give Rainbow a straight up 10 out of 10.
Damn! Hey! Let's go! Let's go! That's the first ever 10 out of 10, bro.
We've gotten real close. So yeah, that's the first.
I was very critical about watching this, because like I said, in that first 10 minutes, when I seen Cabbage bent over crying with a glass rod and falling down, I was gonna cut this shit off.
They did Cabbage. They was doing Cabbage dirty from the jump. Ain't no one else get violated on the screen.
Biggest nigga first. Gonna break all y'all niggas. You come here. We gonna get you.
And he had the tattoos and everything. I was like, not like this. But I'm definitely glad I stayed past that little first 10 minutes, because everything felt like a win. When I talked about how they just take L's in Attack on Titan, but when they finally take that W, I just shoot up out of my seat because it feels so hard earned. I got this multiple times in this show. Really, I could say that the L's and W's in this show could be best represented in both of the matches that Mario took. When he first got in there, he was just getting his ass whooped because he had the wrong expectations. And then when he finally got back right, even though he was a little damaged from the experience, he was still in there. But like I said, 10 out of 10, would watch again, am going to watch again. Because now I gotta watch it under a different lens. And now I gotta watch and look for different stuff. Look for different breadcrumbs, look for foreshadowing, see how good the framing and writing really was in retrospect. Now that I know that certain stuff is coming, go back and see what I may have missed or skimmed over. But oh man, it's ooh, I recommend this to people that are expert level in those kinds of shows, but do not necessarily watch anime, just as a way to try to break them in the same way that I would recommend Death Note to somebody trying to break them in. And lastly, I ain't gonna say it no motherfucking more. 10 out of 10.
I'm here.
Okay, Nemo, you want to go ahead and give your score?
I give Rainbow 6.5.
A 6.5?
8.
You said 2.5.
I said 8.
8.5.
8.5.
Okay.
But oh yeah, I got one more thing to say. The funniest shit was when they was when the weak ass what they called the 5 lemons for the weak ass.
Oh yeah.
When the weak ass 5 lemons pulled up and they was about to start extorting them niggas. And he pulled that baby ass gun out. I was like, get the fuck out of here. They about to beat your ass with that.
Hey, bruh, I'm talking about Shawty from When They Cry pulled out a bigger gun.
And he was the only nigga with a gun. Everybody else had just straight up hands. Got their ass.
And he did not use it. He waited to see them get it.
How about I knew that shit was gonna happen? This man had a gun pointed, and as soon as the squad rolled in, this man just forgot the gun existed, and he was like, "What y'all doing?
Get his ass,
bro! If you don't talk to somebody, get your dumb ass." That's how I knew you wasn't about shit. She called your ass a half breed. And then she was like, when they half legitimate, half gangster, I was like, oh, that means you really pussy. That's really what that means. You too scared to be on the wrong side of the law. Because you can't go through what these young men been through. You can't go to jail. You can't get touched like they already been touched. You ain't shit. Put that gun down. She said, put that toy away.
Yeah, I'll fuck with the real nigga.
Exactly. These niggas done seen it all.
That shit was funny. I don't get why she gave up on that nigga. Dude. They gave up on Joe like that, bro.
Because he was an ex-con. That was your only opportunity.
Yeah, I feel like she was actually just being 1,000% with that man. Like, not being cynical, but like, look, like as far as like the resources it takes to get something like this together, and you were just like a no-name, this, like, you might want to go ahead and, you know, remember what your day job was. I'm sorry. But
he accomplished his goal, so I guess that was a real easy way of being like, well, he did what he was out to do. He found his sister with singing, so what else is he gonna do? He doesn't have to be a superstar anymore.
Yeah, and that's what I liked about this. It wasn't about getting the perfect happy ending. It was about getting the ending they could and just appreciating it. Yeah, getting good enough. And that's what I love about Shichinin. It's about getting what's good. You know, hey, it's good enough.
Mm-hmm. I would say the best moment in the anime for me was when the guard came after Sakuragi with the gun. Sakuragi ended up with the gun somehow. Had him scared shitless. Like,
man, that scene had me in tears. That scene had me in tears just because I understood where Ishihara was coming from. Like, yeah, you're still a bastard, but at some point you can be so deep into your bastardism that it's like, damn, is there any chance that I can be saved? Like, y'all were, criminals that came in and got redemption. What about me? It was like, yeah, but you have to choose that for yourself. You have to be willing to take steps forward, and you weren't willing to do that. You were willing to, you were stuck on Sakuragi. You were stuck on, having to make sure they felt a certain way or that they could direct you because you had caused them the most problems. You were so guilty that you couldn't move forward. And honestly, that's what makes him a really good villain to me. It makes him a better villain than the doctor. Now, the doctor was just the stereotypical pervert trope. big bad villain, but
they did him bad. They had him booty ball naked, tied up,
booty butt cheek naked.
And then he got caught twice again.
And my thing was, was you about to let Joe clap you? Is that what was gonna happen?
That's exactly what was gonna happen.
I was like, oh,
that's not how you fuck somebody else.
Like, this shit weird.
He was all the way weird.
So that made me think from the beginning, did he just have boys fucking him?
Because at least with Isha, and see, I knew that Ishihara was on the way to good villainhood when he started killing, and he was like, God damn, like, but what's gonna happen? Like, the doctor never showed any cracks in his personality or morality until he was caught. Ishihara showed cracks in his facade, during the actions or in close proximity to the actions.
They killed off
very small.
I forgot about the cool CEO. I forgot about them killing off the cool CEO.
Oh yeah,
the classic. That's what I didn't understand in the show, where Ishihara kept on slapping that man. He slapped that man like 2-3 times. I was just like, yo, why is they, nigga, you work here, bro. Like, you gonna take that shit?
Hey, he can easily get fired. Ishihara was in with the higher ups. He been there long.
Yeah.
Ain't no way that new nigga is gonna come in and take over.
Yo, King can't go complain, and niggas like, yo, this man keep on slapping me. Next time he do it, I'm about to beat his ass. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They gonna get over us like that. They gonna say slap him back. Now Ishihara gonna have to kill you.
What do you do? One of your employees, you like another employee, just slap me.
And how ironic is it that Sakuragi was gunned down by American police?
Police. That he
was so relatable.
That they knew this nigga. He was hanging around the arena.
And Dr. Sasaki knew he could take advantage of that shit too. Like
it was like, wait, he bleeding.
Jokingly enough, another show I have been trying to put y'all on to, Summertime Rendering. There was a piece of dialogue where these folks are talking about how they can shoot somebody, and one of the characters says, hey, no, we can't just shoot somebody in broad daylight and carry on about our business. This is not America. So it's like, yeah, y'all get the of course Dr. Sasaki's like, oh, they see a bleeding man walking towards them with a weapon. They ain't gonna ask no questions. Shoot that nigga! And I'm
heard somebody say shoot. They let that shit loose.
I'm sorry, they let them things fly. They let them things sing.
Yo,
them things roar.
And that was another thing I fucked with. Like, this shit was based in the 1950s and 60s, but like, I didn't get that. I wasn't reminded of that shit at every moment. You feel me? Like, this shit could have been based in the 90s and the 2000s, and it would have been the same shit. Like, it's low-key on some timeless shit, bro.
Yeah.
Really. The only thing that was dated was Turtle and his story about the bomb.
About the bomb, yeah.
The backstories is what really allowed me to kind of like ground the setting. And then when you hear Uncovered, which is kind of why I can understand if it's an ass pull, but it makes sense to his mother's situation. While Uncovered said, yeah, my dad fought in that war in year whatever the hell. And then because I think the only kind of hand holding time where you're kind of given the time frame is when they have to explain the years as far as like the incidents that occurred. And when they say 1950 something, I'm like, oh, 50s. It's like what, World War II ish. But I forgot where I was going with that particular point. I think I was just piggybacking off of y'all.
Yeah, at that point, like the only time that they kept up was that shit, is so you can sort of have a feel on how long sort of jail sentences were. and when the stuff was happening. But once they all got in jail, they didn't do that shit no more. So I like that. They didn't have to keep playing around the timeline after they got out. It was sort of locked. Like, okay, this is how shit goes. But now that the discussion is over, would you guys say that this is a beginner, intermediate, or expert sort of anime?
I feel like because it's sub, it has to be intermediate. I would never tell a nigga to go watch some sub shit if he's a beginner. I just can't. I can't do it. In good faith, I couldn't do it.
Leo, how do you feel?
Just because of the subject matter. If somebody was used to watching certain content, even if they weren't an anime fan, I would recommend this as a not a beginner anime, but as a bridge into anime in general. If this was the kind of thing that somebody was into, if you like the cop stories, if you like coming of age stories, if you like prison getaway power ballads and stuff like that, then I would definitely recommend this to you. You know, with a lot of the Netflix series and stuff going on, like I would say if you like if you like Power and Empire, stuff like that, and crime dramas, then you would definitely find favor with Rainbow if you would just take the time to sit down and consume the story that's being told. Now, in that respect, Isaiah, I can understand where, as a beginner, having this in dubbed would be more easy to consume. But really, at a certain point, this is my eyes are on the screen. I am paying attention to this at all times show.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Like as far as like beginner level, definitely not beginner level. But if you like this content and you're not an anime fan, I'll use this to introduce you to anime. But as far as anime fans, period, I say that this is definitely high intermediate level. I think this is intermediate. I'm ready to get into some expert topics level.
I kind of agree with some points that you made. However, I would say it's a beginner anime. It's not like we don't have forms of media that you can read here. And it also goes along with some of the stuff that we're seeing on American TV now, like Snowfall, or something like crime genre type thing. So it's right up the alley of the American viewership. You just have to read, and I think reading is what made it the best because you had to focus on it. If it was dubbed, you wouldn't have paid as much attention, and it wouldn't have hit as hard.
Oh no, bro! The kind of the subject matter and the graphics, like it was purely jarring. Like everything, like some of the lines, I don't know, bro. Like,
yeah, cause see, when I think about that first, and I'm going back to the scene again. When I think about bruh being bent over and sodomized with the glass rod, I'm like, can I really get this to a beginner? Can I really recommend
Now, however, they didn't show that part. They didn't show anything that was too bad. They came back later and said it was glass rods, but we know what they were doing. They were just doing a cavity check.
Yeah, when he was crying and shit, it was clear that they was like fit. And I thought, damn, they fisting the fuck out of niggas. I was like, they doing the most. I was just like, oh, I already
know what they were doing until they told you what they were doing.
But his reaction was enough.
And the doctor was fat, ugly, and had leather spots. So we knew what he was about.
But he knew about the code. He knew about the code. If you want to break, if you want to make it in prison, you got to find the biggest nigga. Take him out.
Ooh, you gotta find the biggest one in the group and break him down. That's exactly what he did. That's what I'm talking about because man, I was been like, is that a glass rod? Oh,
but
all
you
right.
but you know what? One thing I can say I didn't like, which is an afterthought, is the actual beginning scene when they was on that bus and the little girl dropped the doll and then she throw this shit out the window. I was kind of mad because I was like, this is stupid. This is no little girl would ever do this. Like I don't.
Hey man, no, bro, no, you don't know that because kids are harsh. Kids are harsh, and if they already don't like you, oh boy, it's a wrap. It is a wrap.
Are you throwing away your favorite toy because another
She
nigga
didn't want the toy because the criminal touched it, and you know this could just be that could just say a lot about how she was raised. That's not necessary for the audience to be shown. Just to give us a quick idea about how these folks are seen. I can bring in W.E.B. Du Bois' double consciousness from that for this. We need to, as the audience, understand how the characters view themselves and understand the world that views them. So I think that's what the point of that scene is, so that the guys can understand that there are two versions of themselves. The guys, they know who they are, and the people that the world has decided they are.
So
W.E.B. Du Bois, 19-something, The Souls of Black Folk.
I think that's a great part to end the show off on.
Most definitely. So with the scores, I'm just guessing that this anime already has the gas pass. So there's no need to even ask the question.
That's what I said in the beginning. Gas on top of gas.
Yeah,
Gas
so
on gas on gas.
Definitely has the gas pass. So
yeah, I think this. I think this is definitely the highest score with that 10 a 9 and 2 8.5. I'm pretty sure that's the highest score. That should average out to a 9.
So if you are listening to this pod, definitely, I urge you, go check out Rainbow. It is definitely on some other level stuff, and it's definitely more of a recent anime. It came out in 2019, so you will definitely enjoy what you see. So check it out. With that being said, we have reached the conclusion of our podcast. Thank you guys for joining us. Any of you fellas got any closing remarks, closing lines?
What are y'all doing? Go watch this shit right now.
Watch this shit right now.
So as you hear, it has to do a nice stamp of approval. Keep in mind, this is our last episode for this season. So next week, you can come join us on our season roundup where we recap some of the scores and anime that we have been watching.
Hey, bro, I feel like we should do a overall season show, bro. See how everything stacks up, bro. What's the like a top 10, bro? What's the top 10 and bottom 10?
That's next week. We'll be doing that next week, so definitely come join us so you can see the the listings of the anime that we have watched this week and see who reigned supreme over the anime choices within the U.N.I for this season. So thank you guys for listening. This has been yet another episode of the U.N.I Verse Anime Review Podcast. Come check us out next week. We will see you again. Peace.
Ooh.